got me things, Kelly.
Oh my God, you look so good.
Thank you very much.
Wait, I'm pulling this out because you gotta keep that.
Oh, you gotta get the little cravat.
Yes, I noticed something. So this is, I think, your third time to be here, third or fourth.
Yes.
And you always come around your birthday. It's always Aries season.
It's always Aries season.
Yes.
And where you at?
It's always around your birthday.
Yeah, that's how we do.
Are you trying to tell me something? You want me to get you something? Is this like?
I mean, I'm not trying to, not saying to get me something. You know what I mean?
No, I love it. Wait, but you work though with Elizabeth Olsen, right?
Oh,
That's what
man.
you're working with? I love her as well. I heard, speaking of gifts, I heard she gave you a nice rap gift. Is that
Look,
true?
my entire cast is wonderful. I'm working with Lizzie Olsen, Eddie Redmayne, and Julia Roberts. This new actress, I don't know.
Oh my God.
This up-and-coming actress, Julia Roberts.
That whole cast is crazy.
They're great,
Yeah.
and we have created such a great bond, but Lizzie and I share the bond of watching television that's crazy.
Okay.
And by crazy, we mean stuff that we just really like. So we're in love with Love Meghan right now.
What is that?
The new Meghan Markle / Meghan Duchess of Sussex show. Where she's also like Martha Stewart now. And she's created these things called flour sprinkles, which you apparently can put on anything that you want to eat. So Lizzie and I were like, we need to get in the flour sprinkles game. Like, Meghan is on to something that we don't know about. So Lizzie, for my rap gift, because we're rapping, I went into my trailer, and there is a literal jar of flour sprinkles. Not only that, because Meghan is bomb with calligraphy, okay? Yeah. Meghan does her own calligraphy. Lizzie had her husband do the calligraphy on so it's a whole thing. So now it's like, we've started like a flour sprinkles gang. We're also trying to get on the show just so we can. It's like,
Meghan!
We're trying to get on the show. But it's unconventional because our movie is kind of about the apocalypse. So I'm like, Lizzie, wouldn't it be cool if me, you, and Julia went on her show to do doomsday prep?
Yeah. Or what would you prep for? Like, you know how Martha did like the dinners with people or something, the meals? She should do a meal. And what would that meal be?
Flour sprinkles.
Okay. Okay. So wait, we talked about astrology when you were here. I hear that you're into signs, all that kind of stuff. I love that. So, but I hear that there's something else. It's called angel numbers. Which angel numbers?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever done that. Like, I don't like to be on my phone all the time.
The only thing I'm on my phone all the time is Zillow porn.
Stop acting like we didn't know that.
I love looking at houses.
That used to be my favorite thing too. But now there's this thing like when I grab my phone, the numbers are always identical. So it'll be 1111 or 222 or 333. And so I always feel like that's a sign because I do believe, you know, if you've lost anyone, you know, I truly believe that we're still connected. I believe that there's something.
The energy is still
It's got to be there. And so there's another thing that happens. Please don't let it happen when I say it. If it happens, I'm running off this set. But I usually know when my mom is around by flickering lights. So anytime that I need confirmation about something, she'll usually flicker a light. So if you see lights flicker, usually it's somebody trying to tell you something. So don't ever ignore a flickering light. Okay. Also, if it does flicker more than that, change your bulbs. That's also them.
You beat me to it.
It's also them telling you, come on, man.
You beat me to it. I was about to say that joke. I was like, or just bad electricity. Bad connection. No, but I do think things like that happen, or you see things like butterflies.
Do you have like an animal I was going to say?
One time I was on an ATV and I was on my ranch and it was actually me and my kids and we were riding around and we could not escape butterflies. Butterflies were following us. And I've been on my ATVs a lot on that land and walking around and doing stuff and that's never happened. And they were, and I was like, what kind of change is coming? And then we moved to New York.
Pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I get cardinals. Cardinals are another sign.
Okay.
And now recently living in LA, it's red dragonflies. Like specifically red dragonflies. There's one red dragonfly. I don't know if I've seen a red dragonfly. I hadn't either. And like there's this one red dragonfly that just hangs over my pool and just is always there every morning, every evening. And I'm like, that's gotta be a sign.
Even if it isn't and the people are getting, it's like, what a beautiful thing to like live in.
Yeah, except that you don't know who you are until you're in the pool and a red dragonfly swoops down on you. And you're just like, oh, God. It's just like,
and you scream.
Because they don't do anything, but your mind just sees this winged creature and you're just like, I can't get right. But it's a good sign.
Speaking of your mama, I hear that she gave you some pretty memorable advice.
Right? Yeah, she had a lot of wonderful nuggets. And my favorite one that she...
Look at you!
I'm not gonna turn around.
Yeah, do it!
Is it me in a diaper?
Yes!
Smiling too, huh?
Yes!
I grew up to be that man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she would say this phrase, let go or be dragged. And what that basically meant is we spend so much of our lives holding on to things that don't really serve us, and life is a forward momentum, and if you hang on to the things that no longer want you, you end up being dragged behind them. So I was like, oh, right, let go or be dragged. I also thought that that was like a motto she lived in, like to fight somebody. I was like, who you dragging?
Yeah.
Because she was about that life, like, so I wasn't sure, but like it's something that I hold on to now because it's really hard when you go through losses and when your life is changing, you know the transitions you go through. We kind of want to hold on.
And you think you've done the hardest ones,
and then it's like life is like psych. You're like, you know, sends that red dragonfly, and you're like, oh, you know. But it's true, like you can't hold on to things that no longer serve you, and if you do, you end up getting dragged by them. So like,
and meanwhile, probably the other person isn't thinking twice.
They don't think about you. Let me tell you something. They don't think about you at all.
I know.
They don't think about you at all.
I know.
And what a luxury, that kind of freedom.
What a freedom.
Like, what a freedom.
What a weight lifted. It's like, all right, cool, I'm not going to give a shit. I'll see how that works out.
Who cares, yeah.
All right, let's do some commercials. We've got someone in the audience to help.
Hi, Kelly and Brian. I'm Sabrina. I was born and raised in Atlanta. Brian, I remember watching you in Atlanta when it first aired. Your character would go to a bunch of the same places that I was going to as a student at Georgia Tech. In the second episode, when you went to JR Crickets to get lemon pepper wet wings, I knew just how much you were enjoying them because that's my go-to spot. Stay here. Kelly has more with Brian after this.
Which he's also an executive producer on. You can catch it on Apple TV+. So talk about the show a little bit. Seems intense.
What you guys miss in the next clip is she slaps the out of me. She literally, that actress is Kate Mulgrew.
How dare you put me in danger?
Oh my God, Kate Mulgrew, I love you so much. She plays my mother in this series. Dope Thief is basically about these two best friends played by me and Wagner Moura, who's wonderful, Ray and Manny, who get this scheme to rob trap houses, and of course it all goes wrong because robbing trap houses is not a career. And
not a good decision.
then they're just being chased and running for their lives through Philly. Yeah. It's also a family story, everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I got
Depending on the family you're from.
Depending on the family, everyone's like, yeah. And so it's about that, and it takes place in Philly. It's wonderful. It's my first time peeing, you know, it's my first league. Look, Philly can't help itself. Come on, it's all right. I get it. Philly is wonderful. Go Birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds. No, it was wonderful. That city was amazing to film in. It was the best experience of my life. The first episode is directed by Ridley Scott. And then it was written by Peter Craig, who also wrote The Batman and some of the Hunger Games. Wonderful, wonderful. And it's great, and it's out now. It came out on Friday, the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. I heard though that do you fall asleep watching true crime in real life? Is this your...
Who sent you?
I don't, like, it seems real messed up.
I do.
Do you have bad dreams?
No, I sleep quite soundly because it's like...
Sociopath?
Because I feel like I know more than I should, right? Because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, have you ever seen The Curious Case of Natalia Grace?
No, I don't watch any of those.
About the little girl who's an orphan from Ukraine, but you don't know if she's a little girl or she's an adult woman?
What do you mean? How do you not? What?
Oh, Kelly. And then they did a spinoff where they do all these things called The Curious Case of. So there's like a cat cult, and then there's like a funeral home that was doing like natural burials, but they kept all the bodies and never buried the body. It's wonderful. It literally does that.
That's what you want to watch before you go to bed?
Because I'm like, my life's not so bad. Not so bad.
You know what? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
I'm sitting here worried about taxes. Whatever. I ain't in no cat cult. We're good. Yeah.
Oh my God. So that's a low bar. So wait, is it true that you and your co-star Wagner Moura did you start doing parties? Like you planned parties in your early days? Like,
well, so when I was in college, you know, I was broke, so you had to find a way to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And luckily in Atlanta, Georgia, there are a lot of colleges, and so I used to DJ, if you want to call it that, these parties, which is easy to do because like it's 18-year-olds getting drunk, so they'll request dumb stuff. They want like Def Leppard, but then they want Biggie, but then they want like Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
Give me your cash. So I would do things like but my love of music has never left me, so I always make playlists. God bless, you know, streaming services now because you can make playlists and think that you're doing things. So like when I went to Philly, I made this playlist called Philadelphia.
Yes. Yeah. got the dad jokes and everything. I love it. What's on it? Give me
It's
a
so
few.
bomb. Like
So you have like Def Leppard.
I know.
And you have.
No.
I was gonna list those songs.
But like my co-star
Rocky
Wagner
Horror.
is from Brazil, so he, you know, he has. We just share a lot of music. So there's a lot of bossa nova and all. So what you should also know about me is that like I love percussion. So like when I'm in, like I love all that stuff. So I have an egg shaker in my car all the time because LA is nothing but traffic. So if my playlist is busting, I'm just, you know, you get the. And I have to realize that I have to egg shake up because if you're riding past me and you see me doing this. It happened once. I was like, no.
You should have just looked over and been like, what?
I was like, I need to tint these windows. But I always have an egg shaker or tambourines with me. And Wagner is a beast on the tambourine, so any song that comes on, he will put this tambourine on his lap and just ba-da-da-da-ka-ka-ka-ka. Where I'm from the South, we put it in one hand and we, you know, we go.
Okay.
You know, but we always connected that way.
I went to a show one time. Anytime someone says tambourine, I think of this. I went to a show, and I'm not going to say the band. This guy held a tambourine the entire show.
In the audience?
Nope, on stage.
On the stage.
lead singer. And I was like, any minute now.
He never got to it.
We're going to get a boop. We're going to get a,
Nope.
we're going to get a. And he just held it the entire show. It ruined the show. I could not. I was like,
You just
are you
did
going to
not
play
focus.
it? I couldn't even pay attention.
I know you. I would have given money for footage of you like.
And I was slightly inebriated, and I was like, just any minute, man, any minute.
Just do one
just
slap.
get up,
Yeah.
nothing. Nothing.
But I use my tambourines and egg shakers, okay?
I know all the driving people beside you know.
Oh my God. You just imagine me in traffic in LA, just jamming and just.
Some people. It's amazing. Okay, well, in honor of Aries season and the fact that they like thoughtful, personalized gifts.
What you about to do, Kelly?
We have something for Brian.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Come on, Sal.
Oh.
Look at it. Let's go or BJ. All right, we need another break. You can see Don't Think on Apple TV Plus. Actor Sophia Carson is here next. We'll be right back.
What?